Okay, so in today's video, we are going to cover probably the most important thing that I've figured out during the past 3 years of my entrepreneur experience. So the question is, are your high standards just a cope for your fear of rejection? In the 3 years that I'm right now in the entrepreneur world, 99.9% of the guys that are not successful, and I'm talking for the guys that are not successful with women, and successful doesn't mean that you bang some chicks occasionally, that's not successful. 99% of them are just using their fear of rejection as a cope with high standards. That's what 99% of them do. Why? Let me explain. Starting off, what do I mean with high standards? Your loser high standards is that you claim, like, how did they express? So you're telling, whenever you ask for women, is they are not on your level, you're selective, like somehow you could choose who you want to be with and not. You just have money. Most of you just have money. That's nothing. Nobody cares. 99% of the guys that don't have money, so the so-called brokies, can raise the chicks up that you want easily, more easier than you, because they have game, they have social skills. This is what you are actually lacking. And they're not coping, okay? They have nothing to lose. Why would they care? It's just a woman. Same with me. If you talk to me, like, what can happen? I'm not that important to you. And you say, I know what I deserve. That's the most feminine sentence I've ever heard. This is what only chicks say. I deserve better than him. If you hear a guy telling you this, one of those three, this is just a protection they use to not get rejected and not get judged by guys when we actually realize that you have no game at all. And that's actually words, lying to my face that you don't want them, they're not on your level, where you are a 2 out of 10. So just imagine scenario, you are a 2 out of 10 and you say an 8 out of 10 is not on your level. Doesn't make too much sense, right? It's the same as you were to make 5K per month and you somehow say that the guy making 100K per month is not on your level. Yeah, true, he's not. He's 10 levels above you, okay? So the real question is, do you choose or do you avoid? There's a big difference. I choose who I want to spend time with. You are avoiding women that you actually want to spend time with, but you just say, nah, I don't need that. I don't need her. And that's actually lying. So whenever I catch you lying, or I catch a guy lying to my face, where I know that if I'm like let's pretend I'm the 8 out of 10 guy and you're the 2 out of 10 guy, and we are both looking at a 7 out of 10, okay? We are both looking at the 7 out of 10. I'd date a 7 out of 10. Who are you to tell me that you wouldn't? You're a 2, bro. Keep that in your head, you're a 2. But the step from 2 to 8 is not that difficult, especially as a guy. It's not that hard. So you are lying. Let's go to the other side. What are real standards and how are real standards built? Real standards come after experience. How would you know what your standard is if you don't know anything? If you didn't have any experience? Of course, my standard or all of our dream standard is I want a 10 out of 10 Russian supermodel with no record before, house type wifey, doesn't leave the home, does everything that you say, no Instagram, nothing. Of course, we all would want that. That's the dream world. We live in the actual real world. I don't want to promote entertainment, it doesn't matter. So you need experience. How does experience come? After rejection and dating reps. You need to go out there, you need to actually start dating those women that you want to date, get rejected by them brutally, they don't care, why would they? Get rejected, then learn from the rejection, get better, get a new skill set, be better in the way you talk, be better in the way you stand, be physically more attractive, make more money. All of this needs to be done in order to get the chicks that you right now want, but you can have them right now, and it's fine. So go out there, and only then you can make grounded selection. You can actually select on a perspective where I say, okay, that's legit. So what you all have is the loser mindset, Okay? Victim mindset, loser mindset, however you want to call it. I call you a loser, so we'll stick with the loser mindset. You have fake standards. Your fake standards come from no experience, no rejection, and always, the thing that's always in common is they come from losers. Fake standards are always from losers. You won't ever see a high value guy in all of the things. I don't mean just cash. I don't care about cash at all. High value guy will never give you some bullshit excuses like this. And if he does, and he's in the right group of friends, he will get called out. I'll call you out immediately. I said, bro, stop lying. Just say you weren't confident, you didn't want to approach her. That's fine. And we'll make you approach her. But fake standards, 100% of the time come from losers. What's the psychology behind that? Because there's always psychology behind anything. You are getting hurt, I'm getting hurt, Andrew Tate's getting hurt by being rejected. All of us. Every dating coach gets rejected. All of us. And all of us get hurt. It's just how you deal with it. I don't get offended by it. It hurts, but I don't get offended by it. All of us would if we could get Kylie Jenner as our main chick tomorrow. If we could. But we can't, and it's okay. Therefore, because you're fearing the rejection, because you're actually feared of being hurt, is your mind creates an excuse. And the best excuse I've ever heard, and if somebody tells you this excuse, you know he's a loser, okay? So whenever, next time, a guy tells you this excuse, you just tell him directly straight to the face, okay? Bro, you're a loser, shut up. Is, I didn't want her anyway. She wasn't hot anyway. I'm here, she's here. She was ugly as fuck. Who are you to judge, bro? You are a 2 out of 10. Even if she's a 4 out of 10, you can't judge her, okay? I want you to understand this. So your psychology is ass triangle. Let's get to the trap that I've identified, because most of the guys make that trap, are falling into that trap, is you cope or you package your fear of rejection with certain sentences, okay? Sentence number 1 is you say, I'm focused. I'm focused on my business. Number 2 is women don't matter. Number 3, the funniest part is that you are actually using dating apps every day. Every day. And I don't mean Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, whatever, Raya, whatever. It's Instagram. All of you either follow those hot chicks or look at their profile every day and wish that you could be the guy that she bangs, but you're not. So you're still swiping at night on dating apps or on IG, which is the most used dating app, by the way. So you're disguising your fear as discipline. So you're lying again to yourself and to others that you say, no, I don't want her because I'm disciplined, I'm focused, and I don't, only when I hit 1 million per month, then I can date nice chicks. Let me tell you what, the moment that you hit 1 million, we've already had those women that you want. So the biggest key difference between you losers and me, or high value guys, or guys that actually succeed in dating, is your fear is expressed in avoidance. Okay? You say, I don't want her. That's being afraid, and therefore you avoid talking to them. You avoid approaching them. Whereas on me, on the other side, I've built my standards. Therefore, I can choose. I have a choice. I can choose who I want to talk to. I want to choose, or I can choose who I want to spend time with. I can, and you avoid. You understand that? So why is this video so important for all of you entrepreneurs, even if you are successful with it? Because me, others, are always falling back onto this trap. Because it's easier, it's way easier and more convenient if there's a 10 out of 10 to not approach and tell her, nah, I don't want her, I can't, I'm busy, I'm focused, than actually approaching her. Of course it's easier. It happens to me again. But the difference between you and me again is, I can admit to myself that I was a bitch. Okay? I can admit that. I can admit that I was a loser. That's me. And why can I admit that? First of all, I have self-reflection. So first of all, I have self-reflection, and Gelbe, don't cut this out. we're authentic here. I have self-reflection. I can actually be self-aware enough to see, okay, I fucked up, I can do better. With you guys, you get offended by guys like me, where my tough love is directly pointed towards you. If I call you my friend and I tell you this, that you're a loser because you don't approach her, there's two ways of actually dealing with it. Number A is, or point A is, oh, he's arrogant, narcissistic, he's such a geek, why is he insulting me? That's one way of dealing with it. The actual way of dealing with it is how I deal with my friends, and my friends deal with me, or with guys that come to me with, I'm shit at YouTube, for example. There's people roasting me, or like my close friends roasting me for my YouTube. And I tell them, thank you, because that's feedback. So the way to get this is, okay, I admit, okay, I'm not there where I want to be. Who is the guy actually telling me that I'm shit? It's me, and it's other guys that actually have experience. So therefore, actually have standards, because we've been through all of this that is waiting for you. I've been through all of this. I've been through hard relationships, toxic relationships, breakups, disrespecting, all of this. Okay, I've been through that. Therefore, I have standards now. So what you should do is start admitting that you're not there where you want to be. And that's step A. And after that, everything becomes much easier. Your dating life will immediately, after you stop being so ignorant and after you start admitting that you're not there where you want to be, because you are not, because if you could be where you want to be, you'd be there. Simple as that. You'd now have a 10 out of 10 girlfriend, obeying you, telling you what you want, like whatever. You would be there if you wanted to. If you could, sorry. So once you admit, then the process of you getting better starts. But it will never get better if you don't admit. And again, what entrepreneurs do now, because they have the money, okay, they have the resources, they buy a plane ticket to Miami, spend money in the club. Okay, let's break down your loser funnel. Okay, let me break it down. And then we'll end the video. But your loser funnel is, you go somewhere expensive, okay, where there is only non-wifey chicks. It's either Miami, Ibiza, or Ibiza, how you want to call it, Cape Town. This is like where hookup culture is very great. Or you go to Sweden, okay? Then you go to the club, you spend money on big table, you get women there because they see that you have cash, you get them to your house, or you like, what you ever then do in the bedroom, you get them, success. You follow them on IG and you don't hear ever back again from them. This is your funnel, okay? Because that way. That's your success. Wow, cool. Yeah, I banged a chick last night. Cool. But will she fall in love with you? No. Will she stay only loyal to you? No. Will you ever see her again? Most likely not. Because why? You only got her with your money. Where is it? Here, money, club. So whenever there's a guy making more money than you, he will get her. And this is not the women that you want. Because you're a 2, bro, and she's a 7 or 8. That was a lot, like I ranted a lot, but key messages. The key message is, what you should get here is, start being self-aware, and it's okay that you're not there where you want to be. I've posted tips and tricks like this every day in my Telegram group. It's free, boys, just check it down below. You just have to read through it, and there's tips that will like this change you. If you start admitting that you are a loser, I was a loser too, everybody was a loser once, but I'm a winner now, and this is where you want to go. You want to go from loser to winner. And let me tell you one thing, it has never been easier than now, because your competition is actually 0. If you are my competition in getting 7 out of 10s, I don't even have to talk at all to women, because if you talk to them, you are actually pricing up myself. You're putting up my value that other women get of me, okay? Their perception of my value is way higher because you're such a loser. Our gap is exorbitant. Wow, cool word. So boys, that was it for the video. Make sure to smash like, subscribe, whatever, comment down below, and follow me on my socials, okay? Take care, bye-bye.